Yeah, okay, and we are live again. Yeah, a minute or 2 minutes we are late, and I see a lot of comments saying you guys are late. Uh, um, Faisal Kabir, thank you for your kind comments. Yeah, Faisal from Hyderabad is joining us. He's loving our channel, so thanks so much for your kind comments. And joining us every single day, being part of our conversations. That's what we are here for. Uh, and then Anil Divedi, I can see your comment. I'll discuss about that. Bhavik Chitkara, uh, Bhavuk Chitkara, thank you so much for your comments as well. Thanks for the encouragement. That's what we want to do, to be true students of the game and come here and discuss that with you. Vanchika, I'm very good. Yeah, I'm very good with my health. But just today is a Sunday, so I'm at home and going to be watching the match from home. And then hopefully at the end of the day's play, we'll have Sunny Gavaskar as we always get him to join us and discuss the match. But for now, our discussion is going to be with you guys. Akib Noshad, there you go. Yeah, thanks for joining in. Hmm. Now, what? Firstly, India's won the toss. They've decided to field. Huh? So, the first time they lost the toss, South Africa had won. They had decided to bat first. So India had to chase. They lost. Next time, India decided to bat first, and yet they lost. South Africa chased it down. Venue has changed now. From Pal, you come to Cape Town. I'll try and explain what is going to change as far as the change of venue is concerned. So, what are the things that are going to change here? Anurag, love to you as well. Our regular watcher from Kathmandu in Nepal, he's here. I can see that. Vansh, Vikrant is not going to be with me on this broadcast. It's going to be me. Hopefully, later in the day, he'll join us. Yeah, so what are the four changes? India has made four changes. Firstly, that's a relief to a lot of you who've been watching and hoping when are India going to make those changes. So two fast bowling changes they've made. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar has gone out. Shardul Thakur has gone out. The two fast bowlers that have come in are Prasidh Krishna and Deepak Chahar. So two fast bowlers, Prasidh Krishna, Deepak Chahar are in for Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, Shardul Thakur. So your three fast bowlers today are Jasprit Bumrah, Prasidh Krishna, Deepak Chahar. Three fast bowlers. Now, your one spinner is Yuzi Chahal, who remains from the previous game. The second change, I mean, the third change in bowling is the second spinner in Ravichandran and Ashwin. He's gone out. For him, you've got Jayant Yadav, who also gives you sort of an all-round option. So Jayant Yadav is in for Ashwin. Two fast bowlers, I've already told you the changes. So those are the three changes. And one batting change has happened. Venkatesh Iyer has gone out and Surya Kumar Yadav is coming. This is exactly the team. I hate to say I told you so. This is exactly the team I had suggested before the first ODI. In all our programs, if you're a regular watcher, you would have realized that before the first ODI had happened, my playing 11 had both Surya Kumar Yadav and Shreyas Iyer. That would have been your six batsmen, and I would have wanted five pure bowlers, in which one of the bowlers would have been Jayant Yadav over Ashwin. So that has also happened, and that's exactly the team that I was picking before the first ODI. Finally, I'm happy personally that the Indian team has gone with the right combination. I think this is the better combination for this Indian team in terms of the balance and everything. Why I was advocating no Venkatesh Iyer, because I thought the batting was looking thin, but now they've got Surya Kumar Yadav. Suddenly, see the batting. Even as an Indian fan, your confidence increases in terms of Surya Kumar Yadav coming in. So now, no matter what sort of a total you're chasing, you think you can do it. And I think that's one of the reasons why KL Rahul has won the toss and then decided to bowl first. That's one of the reasons. There are more reasons as well. There are a few reasons. For example, the record in Cape Town. Apurva Poria is joining us from Tokyo. Lovely to have you here. Tokyo must be late evening there. I love the city. So great to have you from there. We have fans of Indian cricket from everywhere joining us. Yeah. Mm, who else? Shreyas Iyer, I'm going to talk about. Yeah. I will talk about Shreyas Iyer. We have someone joining us from Pakistan as well. Sorry, I missed your name, but Dheeraj Giras is joining us from California. Dheeraj, lovely to have you here. And then, yeah, so those are the folks that are Nakib Falak is joining us from Pakistan. Nakib, lovely to have you as well. Akash joining us from Norway. That is interesting. I've never been to Norway, but we had an Indian player playing in the Norwegian league in football, and now he's Gurpreet Sandhu. I think he's now come back. So that's the one sporting connection I can make from Norway. It's 12 a.m. Dheeraj is saying in California. I can imagine. Um so Ritesh, it's fantastic to have people from outside the planet as well. He tells me he's joining from Mars. So amazing. We made so much progress that Sports Today reaches there as well. So fantastic. Yeah, I couldn't be happier if you've got people joining from there. Damodar is there again, joining us from Nepal. Damodar Bhandari, thanks so much. Okay, now let's get down to the reasons. Let's talk cricket. Okay, let's get down to the reasons why I think uh, Shreyas Iyer, beg your pardon, KL Rahul may have decided to bowl first. Firstly, I was taking a look at the record. The past few ODIs, majority of the time, more than 90% of times, teams that have been chasing have ended up winning. That's one reason. Secondly, the conditions in Cape Town. PAL, we knew, tends to become sluggish as the game goes on. Though, South Africa will say we even, broke that logic as well, because they chased down a decent enough 288 run target in the last match. So even if the pitch was slowing down, they did rather well. But comparatively between PAL and Cape Town's considered a pitch where performance is better in the second half. So the ball really comes down to the bat. That's why teams don't mind chasing. That's why I think KL Rahul have won the toss and decided to chase. The other factor is the Indian batting is looking much stronger today. Because they have played Surya Kumar Yadav and there's Shreyas Iyer as well. So both is no either or. There's no one choice. They're playing both. So the batting is looking stronger. I think that's why they've decided to chase. Okay, I'm going to take a few questions that are coming my way. Learn IT says they are just making place for Hardik by not giving chance to Venkatesh Iyer. Pure politics. Learn IT. I'm not going to disapprove your theory completely. I know it has happened in the past. Teams tend to do it to keep a spot, and then don't give the other person too many chance to ensure that the player that they prefer comes back into the team. Do you think that I can't say whether that's happening to Venkatesh Iyer? I'm not privy to the conversations that's happening inside the dressing room, or in fact, these are not even conversation, but some thought is always there. Some people might say that KL Rahul as captain may be wanting to do that. Again, that's conjecture. I can't say 100%. Signs may suggest on that, and I'll talk about Venkatesh Iyer missing out. But there's also Rahul Dravid in the dressing room, I think, who's going to be playing a major role. And I don't think, having known Rahul Dravid for so long, having covered cricket while he was captain, I do not think that that's going to be something that you have dropped Venkatesh Iyer because you are keeping that place warm for Hardik Pandya. I think that may not be true. I know it has happened in Indian cricket in the past. I know it's happened with a few players, but I don't think that is the case on this particular encounter. Pankaj Kashyap asks a question related to that. Venkatesh dropped today. So is the path clear for Dubey and Vijay Shankar making way for Pandya? So again, both of you have asked me the same question, that just as you did with Shivam Dubey, just as you did with Venkatesh Iyer, you just gave them a little bit of chances and then you dropped them so that you always went back to Hardik Pandya. And so you're doing that with Venkatesh Iyer. Now that's a question that two people have asked me. Again, I repeat, I know this has happened in Indian cricket in the past. Firstly, my thoughts on Venkatesh Iyer not getting a chance in this ODI. Okay. Before this series started, I did not have Venkatesh Iyer in my team, and I did not have him purely on the balance because him coming in wasn't giving me the right batting and the bowling balance. That's why I didn't want him in the team. But if you played him in the first ODI, I expected him to be given all three ODIs. Now, I'm just trying to think what must be the Indian team's logic for not having played him here. Mainly because you've lost two games. I don't think it's a reflection of how Venkatesh Iyer has performed. I don't think he's performed very badly. He's not performed great, but not badly either. And maybe if India had won the series or even had won all, maybe you wouldn't have made too many changes and you would have given another chance to Venkatesh Iyer. Also, because the team has lost the series, I think there was merit in the argument that give Venkatesh Iyer a chance. Again, I'm repeating, before the series started, I had not picked Venkatesh Iyer in my team. I thought he was not giving the right balance to the team. But when you played him two matches, I think you could have given him the third chance also because the series is lost. And the only gain you can have from this series is actually see who are your future players or the players that you're trying to test, whether they remain as your future guys. So that could be the logic. And on that logic, I would have liked to have seen Venkatesh Iyer also get the third game. But I can understand the team's thinking. Maybe they want to go back from here with one win. And then that's why they've gone back to the right balance. And so they've not played Venkatesh Iyer. I am not ready to believe right now that some sort of politics is happening, and because of that politics, by purpose, Jan Bujke, they are doing this, that drop Venkatesh Iyer, don't give him a chance, so that Hardik, when he's fit, he comes back. See, also it is in Venkatesh Iyer's hand. He got these two matches. Had he scored a 70 ball 80 or something like that, what could you have done? Go back to Hardik Pandya also. He got those limited chances. He got those chances. He started his career with a bang. So he took hold of those chances. Maybe the other way of looking at it is that Venkatesh Iyer got those two chances. He should have grabbed it. Yes, maybe the third chance could have been given. Also, see, you got to realize that I don't think it's be all and end all of Venkatesh Iyer's career. If he's not playing this game, don't think they're going to completely rule him out. They selected him earlier in the New Zealand series as well. So I think they will have that consistency and give him more chance. Plus, remember, there's an IPL that is going to come, so he's going to have a chance in the IPL also to prove himself. Two super chats, I'm just taking that and I'm getting back on Venkatesh Iyer. AJ Iskon says, you never wanted to groom Venki. Ashwin's comeback in limited overs and Rohit saying he's here to stay was pure lack of vision. Okay, so Ravichandran and Ashwin, I'll address that question. And Venki, he's also making the point that Venki, you just didn't want to give him a chance. You just gave him two matches and you were waiting for him to fail. And so now you have, two matches he failed, so he's out. You're happy that, we'll go back to Hardik Pandya. He's also suggesting that. Sachin Gandhi says, with Rahul Gandhi, why Indian cricket in turmoil in '07 and now? Okay, 2007 he's talking about, and now this silence keeps the fire, the politics. Okay, Sachin, let me answer your question about Rahul Dravid and the politics bit. See, in 2007, the politics didn't involve Rahul Dravid so much. The politics was more between Greg Chappell not wanting Saurav Ganguly and let him go. And then the next captain was Rahul Dravid. So was Rahul Dravid responsible for that politics? I don't think so. The politics was between Greg Chappell and the way he was looking at the Indian team and him not wanting Saurav Ganguly around. Rahul Dravid just stepped up. I mean, just put yourself in his boot. Once Saurav was removed from captaincy and Rahul was asked to lead, he had no option but to lead. The results in ODI cricket didn't go India's way, obviously, clearly because of the uncertainty that Greg Chappell had created around Indian cricket, and that was not restricted to only Saurav Ganguly. That extended to even players like Virender Sehwag, Sachin Tendulkar. Everyone was feeling insecure, and that was down to the coach. And so India didn't do well at the 2007 World Cup. I was there in the West Indies covering that World Cup. I saw it from very close quarters, and the atmosphere wasn't great, but I don't think Rahul Dravid was responsible for that. He just happened to be the captain at the time. So Indian cricket went down from there. And Rahul Dravid, after that debacle at the 2007 World Cup, came back, went to the BCCI and decided to step down as captain. I went to Mumbai to cover that meeting as well. It was a fiery meeting where Greg Chappell was fired and Rahul Dravid decided to give up captaincy. So that had no connection with Rahul Dravid. Okay, now coming back to the Venkatesh Iyer, so many people suggesting that there is politics against Venkatesh Iyer. I again repeat, I know that has happened in the past, but I am not sure that it is happening this time. Could they have given him another chance? Yes, they could have, but I understand the thinking why they would have gone, because the right balance is clearly this. But having said that, I don't think you're going to forget Venkatesh Iyer. I hope not. I hope the Indian selectors don't forget him and they go back to him and then bring him back later as well. They gave him chance in the home series versus New Zealand, so I think they will continue. A lot of people are also pointing out, this another school of thought, like Rushil is pointing out, that Venkatesh Iyer is overrated. I think that's also too early. You've given him two matches and he's also not batting at the position that he's comfortable in. The team has pushed him there. So what does he do? He has to go and perform there. He's put his hand up. He was playing Vijay Hazare in that position, did fairly well with the bat. This is international cricket. I think a few more chances he deserves, and then maybe decide whether he's fit for that position or not. But I think for now they're going to concentrate on him doing that. I was talking to Madan Lal in the Aaj Tak show a short while ago, and he was of the opinion that Venkatesh Iyer is not the bowler that can give you 10 overs. So he can only be a 4-5 over bowler. Now that goes something against him. But then again, team has to look at the balance. Are you going to keep waiting for Hardik to come back, even though Hardik has proven himself? Will you keep waiting for him, or you want to bring someone, I would think that you need to groom someone in that position, because you need multiple options. You just can't be, hell bent on that one option. And now let's talk about Ravichandran and Ashwin. Okay, different opinions coming from a lot of you. Again, I thought that, if you're looking at the future, Ravichandran Ashwin is not your white ball future. Let's be honest. You're not going to be happy with a few 20, 30 runs that he gets with the bat. He has to be the spin bowler. Are you ready to invest in him as the spin bowler? Not quite. His white ball form, he's played 2 matches, I think picked up 1 wicket in those 2 matches, and has been expensive also in the second match. He is your test bowler. You'll maintain him in that test cricket. But I don't think is your long-term option in terms of that one spinner. You will have to get someone younger. Jayant Yadav also may not be that option, but let him, he gets that chances. He plays once in a while in the IPL, also does that job. So let's see, because he's a bit more handy batsman as well. Also, fielding is very important, right? I don't think in one-day cricket, Ashwin is an asset in the field. So you're going to look at, he's suffered a lot of injuries. He's been very open about it. So you're going to look at someone fresher. But when Ravindra Jadeja comes back, I think all of that is sorted. He's your spinner, and then you may play a Chahal or another wrist spinner. That's another. But looking at the future, I don't think Ashwin is that future in white ball cricket. So it's good that you've got with another spinner. Indian team has finally made that change. Himanshu Kumar is saying KL Rahul is a Tola-Ram Kaptan. Yeah, he hasn't impressed with his captaincy. But again, just remember, he's not your regular captain. Your regular captain is Rohit Sharma. He's going to come back. Sometimes we get too excited. Someone is getting runs and we start thinking of them as captain. We sometimes jump the gun. So that's also not desirable. Tushar Aghi is a regular watcher. Tushar, very valid point. Tushar, he's watching us from somewhere in Europe, I assume. But he makes a very valid point. And that is, doesn't matter the team that you play, you have to bat like England. Absolutely. That's what I call hitting the nail on the head. See, your approach has to change. You have to instill confidence in the team. And if you keep making changes, that confidence will never come, and you'll never be able to bat like England. So to bat like that, you have to have a conversation with the team saying, listen, we want you to go all out. Okay. Or if someone is playing anchor, the other one has to take risk. Not everyone can be an anchor. Your top 3, 4, 5 guys cannot all be anchors. They have to be players. If one is playing the anchor, the other one has to take risk. This has to be an understanding. Secondly, this can only happen. Players can play fearless cricket only once if you make them realize that place is secure. You have to make someone like a Shikhar Dhawan realize your place is secure. You don't have to prove yourself. But what happens? Before every series, people say, and I see a lot of your comments also, people saying, but Shikhar Dhawan doesn't deserve a chance. What is he doing? So what happens then? That pressure is there on Shikhar Dhawan. If that pressure is there, then he's going to think, let me get that 80 runs here, run a ball. Why should I take a risk and in that risk get out for 20? Then people will say, go out. Somebody else who is going to say the same thing. Rishabh Pant might say the same thing. Forget, why should I go all out? Then, people will say, oh, remove him, make KL Rahul the keeper, bring Ishan Kishan. So if everyone is going to have that thought, no one is going to bat like England. When that England approach happened, you got to read. When Silverwood came as coach and Owen Morgan took as captain, read all the articles, go through all the history of English cricket, how they changed white ball. Is because first thing, the captain said, you are my guys. Listen, Bairstow, Jason Roy, Butler, you are my guys. You're going to be playing white ball cricket no matter what. Doesn't matter if you have 5, 6 failures. You're not going to be top. Go all out. Once that was understood, once the selectors understood that, the coach understood that, the captain understood, when everyone understood that, then you decided to play like that. So it's not just the player's mindset, but also the confidence that you give to players. And I think that's where the conversation between the coach, captain, selectors needs to happen. And you make players realize that this is the kind of confidence you need to give players. Once that happens, then you will see that kind of cricket, that fearless cricket. That's when it can happen. I agree with you, Tushar, the point that you make. Okay. Shivani Mahajan, India should consider grooming Ishan Surya, who can field well, bat well in Australian grounds. That might help. Absolutely. I've been saying that. Ishan and Surya have to be your guys. You have to go to them. You have to play them, give them confidence. Surya, though, definitely, because there is a spot in the middle order, and that's where he can play. Ishan, the problem is where he's going to bat, because openers, as I said, you got plenty. Shikhar, Rohit is going to be back. If KL is also going to be playing, Ruturaj is another option there. People are saying Venkatesh Iyer to open. So plenty of options there. So middle order, I don't know whether Ishan is okay to play at middle order, whether he can bat at 4 and then, you push everyone a step down. That is something you can look at. Again, team can decide. But right now, I think this is a good batting order, and maybe Ishan could be the guy replacing Shreyas Iyer. I mean, that's another, because Shreyas also needs to step up. If he's not performing, then maybe Ishan can be the guy for him. But yeah, you have to keep him in mind. You have to keep him with the team. And he's a great fielder, I agree. Even if he's not keeping, even if he's in the outfield, he's a great fielder. So you can look at that as well. So those are the update, guys. At the moment, 4 changes India has made, and I think that is what is the ideal combination. So will you do a show on Park versus Australia series, please? Shubham is saying we'll try. May not be a show for all, pre, mid, but maybe post. We'll try and discuss that for sure. Ruturaj 3, someone is saying too early. I think opening suits him. Yeah, let's keep him for that option. I think KL will come down to the middle order. So you need a backup opener once Rohit and Shikhar are batting. I think he'll be that backup opener. But I think the 4 changes today are very good. I think it is, the ideal combination that the Indian team has gone with. The match is about to start, so I'm going to take your leave. Let's enjoy a good game. Plenty to gain. See, series may be lost, but plenty to gain from this match, because you're looking at a lot of players. You're looking at the future of white ball cricket, and those questions need to be answered. I'm hoping they'll be answered today. Mid innings, I'm going to see you. Post match, I'm going to see you. Hopefully, we'll have Sunny Gavaskar also joining us. Till then, you guys have a great Sunday. Enjoy the game. I'll be watching the game. And maybe nobody's spoken about that. Virat Kohli's 100. But I think we speak about it so often that people have said, let's not talk about it and let's not jinx him. But if that happens, I'll come in the middle only. We'll do a watch along if that happens. See you guys then. Thanks for tuning in. Subscribe to Sports Today if you haven't. I'll see you in mid innings. Bye.